I've had beers that are like made from like, you know, those plants, and like they definitely have a very strong smell to it. I don't think it was that brand necessarily, but I've definitely had some craft ones.
Oh shit, the stream's up.
Yeah, still gonna pour something real quick.
Yeah, I want them to finish the fucking second game so that I can play the shit out of it, because I played it a bunch in its early state, but there's so little of the game developed that I end up, you know, getting myself into places that you're not supposed to go there unfinished, and it feels really weird.
Said anything like the past 60 seconds, I missed it when I got down the stairs. It cut out.
No, I was just being quiet.
So I'll take a melatonin sensor over here. I think early in that VOD too, I don't know if I did it when you were watching, but I killed one of those stalkers, or at least I slashed it enough for it to be like writhing on the ground.
One of the sand sharks? Oh, stalkers. The stalkers. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The things that live in the creepvine forest.
Yeah. But I didn't know what to do with it after that. I was like, I feel like I want to put it out of its misery, but... and then when I scanned it later, it said, like, I think you used the teeth for something. I was like, was I supposed to grab the teeth when it was in that state? Because then, like, another one spawned in that seemed much more hostile to... I don't know if it saw what I did to the other one, but it was very aggro, and I dipped, and then I couldn't find where that one was again. I didn't look very long, but I was like, well, they're supposed to do something.
I don't know if you can loot them off the corpses or not, but stalker teeth are extremely hard to find. They're like the hardest to find thing in the game, in the sense of like you can know where they are, like, or where they should be, because they should be where the stalkers are, but they're like impossible to see.
Like,
they're like fucking teeth. Like you literally just like put your face in the sand and look around and you pray you see one. You only need a couple, but there's a device that you'll get later.
That's what I assume. You'll find some kind of, not really metal detector, but something like that for
exactly. Now, when you build a habitat, there's a particular addition to a habitat that can scan the surrounding area and find whatever resource you want, which is pretty dope. And you can get like a HUD chip that makes it like show on your UI, so you can swim out there, and then like instead of just being like on a mini map inside your habitat, you go out there, see it on your HUD. It's fucking excellent.
So you can't actually like kill them, take them off the body or anything, or
not sure. Maybe you can, but you don't need to. Ultimately, you need so few stalker teeth. You need like maybe none, but like I think for most plays through, you just need like 3 or 4 or something. So you could like make one habitat with the addition that you need. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
That allows you to find things and like near enough to where stalkers are. And you'll just be able to, like, it'll point you to them directly, and you can go find them, as opposed to, like, literally finding a needle in a haystack. It's like a tooth in a fucking forest of creepvine. It's just, it's miserable. If you thought finding the cave sulfur was even somewhat challenging, the stalker teeth are like fucking way worse. Like an entire creepvine forest will have like 2 teeth in it on the ground. Like, good luck. Might take you like 30 minutes to find one.
What am I doing? Hold my controller for. Alright. I don't know what I have right now. Bunch of batteries, flares for some reason.
And get rid of that fire extinguisher. Yeah, add batteries, flares. Yeah, I wouldn't hold the flares either.
Yeah, I made some before I logged off last time, just as kind of a, would I be distracting something like the Reaper or like anything useful with it? But I don't think I'm at that point yet.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's certain tools that I never used in my playthrough that I think would be useful. I personally never used flares, but they'd probably be great. I also never used the hollow path. The Pathfinder tool, the holographic thing.
I was thinking that could be good if you get in a real mazy cave or whatever.
Yeah, no, for real, because Michelle made it, and I was like, you don't need to make that thing. Like, I don't know what that thing does. And, like, she made it, and then it was the most OP thing ever. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I basically beat this game on hardcore, and I didn't even know this. It made going through complex caves so simple in comparison to without it.
How am I looking for it? I need to make another locker.
Yeah.
Titanium, which I should have. I turned some into ingots. I assume I need ingots for endgame stuff, so when I had an abundance, I just made some ingots.
Yeah, you could get. I would just take those 2 creature eggs that are taking up 8 slots and just drop them on the ground underneath your ship. Okay, if you want to keep them for later, you can just pick them up. They're just not going to do anything for you for like a long time, if ever.
That's what I figured. I was like, can't scan them, can't do anything with them, so I was like, yeah.
You know, it's real creepy when you like hatch those eggs and you find out that like sitting in your inventory has been like the fucking fetus of this like disgusting ass creature. Oh, it gives me the fucking EBGBs just thinking about it. One time I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like raise these creatures, and like out popped out the like nastiest fucking shit that I hated, and I was like, oh. Yeah, I'm not sure what eggs those are off. Like visually, you could look up what they are, but like because each egg is unique, but I don't fucking know what creature that is. Do you have a habitat builder built yet?
I don't think I've made the tool yet.
Yeah, I would see what the blueprint is for it, and then I was
trying to get compass stuff, rebreather, and then I was gonna look at habitat. So I need some wiring kits. I have batteries. I need like 3 wiring kits. Is what it looks like.
So wiring kits. So batteries easy.
Yeah, I have
so
batteries.
Wiring
I
kits
just need
silver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go somewhere like a bit out that's like maybe 50 meters deep or something. You can find silver. So a couple silvers, copper, and copper's easy nearby. And acid mushrooms are here, plentiful, so that's easy too. So your battery's easy as fuck.
Why in the? That was odd.
You got your bladderfish out, suppose your scanner.
I'd like to the first keybind slot for some reason.
Yeah. This game's so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if you played this through on your
fish. Was it coming at you? I have this. Oh yeah, I have the sound off, so I couldn't hear it. Gold cave sulfur. Yeah, that there's table of coral. You can knife that shit. I don't know if you realized that.
I need. I grabbed a couple of them because I used them for something else.
Yeah, all the flakes that fall off, you can grab each slash. Yields a few. Copper and titanium. Limestone's always copper and titanium. Everything is, anytime you get one of these chunks, it's always titanium and something else. Sometimes a few something else's.
Yeah, I got a handful of copper from that.
Yeah, copper, I always struggle with copper. I always find that I never have enough copper. silver. Good flashlight. Anywhere, somewhere. If you can find a spot down here that's like 50 meters deep, usually like 50 to 150 or something, it's like silver. Creepvine. Yeah, you might be able to find it deep in the creepvine forest. Because it looks like those chunks, but instead of being like all craggy looking, they're like more certain. This thing right here that you're looking at, it's just sandstone. So that sandstone should be lead, silver, and titanium.
So I grab lead. I don't have much lead. Yeah, those things right there, the stalkers. That just
Yep.
keep playing fetch with metal scrap.
Yeah, that's where their teeth come from. So if they bite on that long enough, they'll drop a tooth.
That's interesting.
So if you were like trying, if you had
like,
no
watched it for a while, it would eventually like drop one.
Yeah, you can like go up to them and bait them and drop teeth by like dropping a bunch of metal salvage next to them to like pick it up and bite it for a while and eventually shit, you're like under this thing. Some sort of little wreck. Wrecks are always good, they have blueprints and shit. One of the many creepvine forests. But yeah, imagine trying to find a fucking tooth on the floor in here, man. Like not easy. Oh, this is a fucked up wreck. Yeah, this is one that, like...
Okay, get some air before going in there.
Ooh. Are you where I think you are? I feel like you... No, you're 8 meters deep, though. You might be close to an area that I recognize. There's a few creepvine forests, so it's hard for me to say which one. Maybe it's a little bit different, but I think you're on the edge of... the red grassy fields. It might be worth saving before you go down into the cave. This looks like a wreck that's big enough to go into, but you might need a diamond cutter or a laser cutter. Yeah. A lot of the mid-game wrecks require laser cutters to get your way into, but there's probably almost certainly there's a surface somewhere.
Hello.
Dripping stingers.
Exit my cave, please.
Man, this is a good-sized cave here. I think this is the cave I'm thinking of.
Assessment of void. Can I take one? Or no?
Don't touch them. They will fuck with you.
Passing 100 meters.
I've never used them.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
What is this cave that you found?
Be advised.
You reached the 100-meter mark. So now you're going on triple air loss.
Followed by eventual asphyxiation.
It's a common complication for cave divers. There's lots of orientation.
Got a silver.
Is it a silver? Oh, yeah. So one more. Oh, there's another. Is it a silver too?
And anyway, I want like 3 wiring kits, so I really want 6 silver, but...
So a rebreather would be nice to go down there.
Yeah, which that's part of that silver need.
You know what's fucked up is I usually don't even make flashlights on my playthroughs. The Sea Glide, when you make it, has a flashlight on it. I usually end up using that as my flashlight. It's interesting seeing. I mean, it makes sense that you have the flashlight around. It's super helpful. Once you make your Sea Glide, I think you'll phase out your use of the flashlight probably.
Coincide nicely to when this runs out of batteries anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit more effective at night though.
When you have your item out, if you hit R, that pulls up the like battery inventory. Could it be silver? You got 3 shots here. Oh. Silver, yeah, money. Mobile vehicle bay. That is an item that helps you make items. So there's like different kinds of fabricators. It's basically a fabricator that has different things. So the fabricator itself that's in your base can't make every blueprint. The mobile vehicle bay makes like vehicles, for example. Oh yeah. You are near. You're very near where I thought. So you're entering the red grassy fields. This is an interesting area. I would take note of where you are now because this is a good spot for many reasons. Your first habitat. This is like a good candidate for a first habitat.
Not a fan of you. Scan you and leave. Okay.
Tiger plants.
Well, that was quick.
No, did they kill you? Oh, they fucked you up. Rip that silver.
I know, right? I was watching it. It wasn't doing much damage, and then just like immediately, like 80 to 0.
Did take all your silver.
One. Interesting.
So it was like 500 meters to this direction, basically. That red grassy fields, though, is a good spot. Do put the scanner away before I fucking scream.
Incapacitate. Well, that's not the most useful scan in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, tiger plants are one of those just don't go near them type deals.
Gotta scan it too now.
Yep. The scanner's pretty sweet, man. I like the scanner. It's a lot of fun, like, learning shit. There's good humor buried in there, too. Even if there's, like, nothing else useful, you get a good joke half the time. But what's crazy, though, is, like, so much of the story depends on your ability to, like, decipher that information that's in the net. Laser cutter fragment. Shit.
I assume I keep my blueprints after I died, like whatever I scanned before that, or...
Probably, yeah. That seems like a hard puzzle to find blueprints. If you lost them, that like kind of wouldn't make sense. You could just like eventually not get a blueprint, which could fuck you, I feel like. Yeah, the red fields. Yeah, it's a good spot. I didn't make a habitat here my first playthrough, but on my most recent hardcore playthrough, this was where I made a habitat at. It was at this like 90 meter, like almost 100 meter mark. In fact, you see how there's like a cave down at the bottom to your left, it looks like? Yeah, see, it's giving you a message now about a cave entrance. Yeah, that's let's just say that's right now is a place of interest. Let's put it that way. A big time place of interest. Yeah, how far from your life spotter?
A few hundred meters.
30 seconds.
Yeah, 'cause you'll wanna. If you have a beacon, I don't know if you have the beacon recipe yet.
I have the recipe. I don't build one yet. But, I mean, relative to the ship, this is an easy spot to find.
300, yeah. This would be where I'd recommend putting your first habitat for sure. It's near a creepvine forest, which is
Where
good.
would you put it, like in the ground, or is it something that floats?
Up to you. It has to be supported, so you put it like on the ground down here, like right here or something. Like a decent spot. Putting them on the edge of the creepvine works well because sometimes you need like mats from the creepvine forest. And so like my last playthrough, I made one like basically the equivalent to where you are right now, like right near this cave, because this cave has multiple entrances. It's a big ass cave system down there, but it's got some good shit. A good goal for this sesh would be like building a habitat over here and getting into that cave, because it's a good.
Go to sleep in like an hour. I'm feeling like get habitat up or get those crafting things done. Habitat.
Yeah, you do that in an hour. You do that in an hour. Yeah, because I got like an hour before I'll pass out.
Where we get my silver is what I need right now.
Yeah. Yeah, all you need is eat your silver now, make your habitat builder, and then honestly making a habitat's not that bad because you just need like some titanium and like some quartz. You can basically make a habitat. A little bit of copper.
Yeah, it looked pretty straightforward. I was looking at the things, so I was like a couple glass, couple materials is just done.
Yeah. And then like it's extending it that like takes more, you know, but that's fine. Not a big deal. But you can just build a habitat there and then That cave is interesting. I won't spoil it, but it is a definite interesting place.
Yeah, when you get the ping on it, it's on the
30
radar.
seconds.
Oh god. Sandstone.
Mm-hmm. Copper's always good though.
Yeah.
You can always find titanium, so I'm always
yeah.
Copper.
I'm ignoring titanium at the moment.
Yeah, if you're short inventory space, I would definitely ignore it for sure. It's fucking easy as shit to find. Fuck loads of titanium. Nice. Yeah, if you even have 2 silvers, that's enough to get your habitat builder going. The rebreather will, as soon as you get your habitat, it'll be easier to make a rebreather, and the compass is pretty optional. Because like the Aurora is
kind of a nice quality of life thing. I was like, yeah, maybe this thing would give me air if I sit here.
The brain coral, yeah. Pulse to you. I think in speedruns, the brain coral is how people do them. They like pick up a brain coral and they can go super deep with the brain coral, just to like give you air. Some fucked up shit. You can beat the game in like 45 minutes if you are just degenerate.
Yeah, I mean the fun of this, I feel like, is the open worldiness.
Yeah, agreed. Especially too when you get to the point where like you have these cryptic ass clues and you're trying to figure out where you're supposed to go. Shit gets like the sense of reward when you actually find the place after like 10 hours of searching is like, oh my god. It's like I found it. Yeah, I consider in my head like lead, silver, gold, that's like early mid-game materials. What's this thing that you just found? Ooh, a bioreactor fragment. Fuck yeah. That's what I was saying. Oh, you're halfway to the bioreactor. Pretty good. So if I want more of those, you'll be able to make a bioreactor. It's an alternative to the solar panels. The bioreactor is like you just put like fucking fish and creature eggs and shit in there, and it converts it to energy. So it's like nice because you can just put shit in. If you have a supply of that stuff, it's great.
30 seconds.
Pump out a bunch of energy. But the problem is like if you don't have any biomass to stick in there, like it doesn't just like run by itself, Yeah.
Oxygen.
Frame rate lag on that breach.
Yeah, I used to get that sometimes too. Radio call. Shit. Especially around an inventory space.
Yeah.
I think you gotta be close.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I got a couple things I could drop, but where are you? I've seen that before.
That's interesting. Oh, is that a Reginald? Looks like a Reginald. Oh, you were looking at a hoopfish. The other thing near you was a Reginald, I think. The tastiest fish in Subnautica. It's like the green and pink thing. The Reginalds, though, have the highest food value of any fish.
Pretty good on copper for a while. I just need sandstone at this point.
How many silver do you have?
Like 3, I would say. 4. It's just a guess.
You're in a pretty good spot.
On the hot spot.
Where's 40 in? Yeah, 4 or 5.
30 seconds.
Get you bigger oxygen tanks.
New blueprint acquired.
Yay, that's something.
Shit, you unlocked it too. That's what you need to make the sea moth, so you can make your first vehicle with that, so you have the sea moth pattern. First, you gotta make your sea glide, though.
Yes, you
Glide's a handheld device. You probably have that pattern.
good amount of copper, some gold, 4 silvers. I'd like to get 2 more on this journey. So I just scanned, I think.
It's like
Wasn't not what I scanned.
some of them are just empty. So, if you scan something you've already scanned, you have 15 years. One inventory slot left. Be a silver over there. There's one of your silvers. Uno masa.
That's my goal.
Bingo. Any of the laser cutters.
That doesn't look like something I've seen
30
before.
seconds.
Sand shark.
Does it look bigger?
It did look a little bigger.
Calorie intake
Yeah, 800
recommended.
meters, huh? Wow, ways out there to get those silvers.
It's actually kind of crazy how fast you swim with these fins on. This is like
10
well
meters a
faster than
second.
the world record for the 100 by a long shot.
Yeah, 30 feet a second seems a little excessive.
And I was a tiny scrawny kid in high school, so like, and we would use paddles that were generally way bigger than what someone in high school should use. Like we used like the biggest ones that TYR would make, like hand paddles and whatnot, that were like for like NCAA D1 athletes. And so you put those on me when I was like 110 pounds. I was the fastest kid in the pool. We did pull sets. That was the best thing ever. I had hands the size of dinner plates and just like no weight to pull. I just fly.
Yeah.
And even then, even that with fins, I don't think I'd be going this fast.
interesting to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say I cured some fish, but I don't think I need to eat those at the moment. It's for emergency. Fabricate some stuff. I have a good bit of copper on my beacon.
Yeah, usually when you make a base, making a beacon's good because then you can put the beacon by your base, so you can actually find your
It's
base.
not like innately marked or anything.
Yeah, correct. The big tragedy is when you make a base and you never find it again.
Yeah,
That's not what you want. On Michelle's playthrough, she made a base and then you realized she didn't have a beacon, and then it was, let's just say, it was not a good time.
The pouty face.
Yeah, what does the habitat builder need? Is it an advanced wiring kit, maybe?
I just need to pull a battery out of my stash, basically.
Oh yeah, not bad. Yeah, having a bunch of batteries is good. It's a good thing to have a bunch of them, for sure.
The builder tool is
Because
designed
when you
to
leave the
construct
early game,
habitats
copper is an
capable
early
of
game mineral.
withstanding extreme
So you'll stop
environmental
finding copper
conditions.
later. You have to like come back to the early game areas, which is like a pain in the ass. So let's see, you got a beacon, you got a habitat builder. So if you want to make a habitat, you just need to bring with whatever shit you need to make a habitat. Oh, swap that on with the radiation helmet. Radiation. Doesn't take up space, because you don't need to be near the Aurora for a while.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure that when you go near it, you like back off so you don't die to the dot, but grab some fish and eat some peepers. Those big ass eyeballs. Peepers, believe it or not, are relevant to the story.
Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Emergency starvation imminent.
Do you just like insta die at 0, or do you just start like hemorrhaging health?
I'm not sure because I've never had it happen, but I've gotten super low on water and you start moving really slowly. It was really frustrating. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get back and drink, and then it was like, no, you're moving at like 20% speed. I didn't die though.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do, but whatever, I'll eat it anyway. Not bad to lose.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Plus 32, pretty good. I think the Reginalds are like plus 41. They're fucking money.
Yeah, get those fresh, it's not bad. I have a couple of cured foods if I like really get in a weird spot.
Another radio signal? What the shit?
I
go
mean,
right
I didn't
back
listen
and
to the
get
one. Yeah. I just want to get
that's
some
fine.
water.
Yeah. I believe bladderfish are active at night. The dead entry, by the way. I usually go for bladderfish during the night. It's like, they're just like dense as shit. So anyway, we'll drink the water, hit the radio, and then getting a habitat going means you want to take the right materials to your habitat.
Land pre-recorded distress call.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't want us. This might happen.
You recorded
Our
distress
pod
call.
was almost crushed by
It's
this
Ozzy
Seamoth
from the
Bay on the way
cafeteria.
down.
Oh,
now
shit.
we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
That's something actionable. Nice. It's a good save spot. Do some inventory rearrangement, I feel like. Carry some water. That.
Yeah, let's see. If you water, take the beacon with you, get an extra battery. I take all the titanium you have. You want more titanium for this journey for sure. So one of the
store the precious metals probably.
Yeah, you don't need that much gold. Maybe carry like 2 or 3 copper, 2 or 3 lead, but you don't need more than like 1 gold. If you have titanium, I try to bring like as much as possible. If you don't have titanium, I'd go find some. Yeah, probably worth finding. Maybe drop the store the shrooms, store the table coral, store a couple of flares. Maybe you don't need that many flares for sure. And then
get some titanium.
Yeah, if you fill your inventory up with titanium, you should be good to go to make a habitat. I think metal salvage will get you there.
I don't need to like I build it like in the spot I want to build it. Like I don't like build it at the fabricator or something, then carry it, and then okay.
The habitat builder itself is like a fabricator, basically. The one time you don't want copper. Nah, copper's always legit though. It's like the one thing that like I've never regretted holding on to. Ever. For some reason, I just always am short on copper.
Blueprint acquired.
Oh, finally unlocked it. Yeah, good shit. That is a good unlock. Interesting little wreck you found here. Exploding across the ground. It's fun when you get into like some insane wrecks where you're like at risk of dying because they're like complex to navigate. On hardcore especially, man, that shit is... Going into caves and wrecks is one of the hardest things you can do. It's like worse than going in an area where you know there's bad creatures, because like, dude, that like sense of... Dude, one of the worst things, David, is getting disoriented. And when you lose your sense of direction, dude, it's so...
Pathfinder.
It's... Well, yeah, okay, but the thing is, like, I even... With one time I used the Pathfinder and I still got disoriented, but like, yeah, without the Pathfinder, definitely worse. And let me tell you, there are few things worse than the feeling of being like, oh my god, I have 60 seconds of air left, and I have no idea where I am in this place.
Like it's 200 meters down or some shit.
Yeah, I have to get out of here in like 30 seconds. I've been looking around for 30 seconds, and I haven't figured out how to get out of this room that I just entered. You're like, oh my god. I had a couple on my recent hardcore playthrough. I had a couple like There's a couple instances where I was in a place like that where I came out with like 5 to 10 seconds of air left, and I was just like, holy shit, that was... This is some salvage. Convert that shit to titanium. Probably good to go. You can, on the way there, pick up whatever titanium you don't have. Get everything you need though. Did you have a couple of quartz with you?
I'm sure I
Or was it
possessed
glass
some.
you did? It's either quartz or glass. I can't remember. You should look up the. You should pull up the habitat builder and see what. See if that shit requires.
I almost want to kill 4 of these titanium. Just make a storage, another locker to dump half of this stuff into.
Nah. So what's good about making a habitat is you can build lockers in your habitat.
Alright.
Because the fucking the lockers out here, the waterproof lockers, those things suck dick. You make lockers inside your habitat.
Like yeah, these are whack.
Yeah, you'll never again make a waterproof locker. So scroll down to whatever a hatch requires. Do you want to find out what a hatch
sea
requires?
glide. I just need lubricant. I'd make a sea glide.
Yeah, you should make that.
Sea moss.
Yeah, so lubricant comes from, you know where lubricant comes from. I can tell you that.
Got foundation.
Yeah, where the fuck is the hatch?
Carbon, so I need glass.
Where's the hatch glass?
What did you say? Where's that what?
A hatch. Scroll down. It should be below wherever you were.
Okay. Quartz,
The hatch is how
quartz
you
for
enter
that.
it. 1 quartz. Okay, so you just need to bring out quartz and then titanium. That'll allow you to like get into the thing. And then the solar panels down there, which take quartz and copper, or quartz and titanium. That is get you. So if you want to make the most basic habitat possible, it's like 1 structural thing, which is just titanium, a hatch to get into it, and then a single power cell to give you power. So I would definitely I would drop some of that gold that you have, and maybe like 2 of the first aid, or like a first aid kit, maybe, and then bring with as much quartz as you have.
I had some sitting somewhere.
It's probably in a fucking.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch. It's probably one of my lockers.
Yeah. Are you looking for lubricant? It was down there. It was 2 creepvine cluster seeds, it looked like.
Yeah. I just don't think I have any on me.
Nah, you don't. You'd have to. My recommendation would be go build your habitat and then make your seagull eye, because you have a lot more space after making your habitat. Because right now you have massive inventory issues, but as soon as you make your habitat, those will go away like instantly.
Bunch of salt. Looks like I need a quartz run.
That's fine though, because the place I was recommending building the habitat has a bunch of quartz. So you could actually just go there with your current inventory, build your shit, and then like pick up shit too. So let's see. You want to go to the. I'm gonna go more north, I think. The northwest.
Oh, I did see. The compass is there now. I wasn't really paying attention. That's nice.
Yeah, I still probably won't use it, but it's just for the sake of instructing you.
Well, it's sort of like
Just
Sea
right.
of Thieves to some extent, right? Like so much is compass based. It's...
Mm-hmm. So let's see, it was over like 300 to 500 meters out this way. That red grassy area, those cave entrances. That was. It's a pretty legit spot. Yeah, if anything, it's gonna be past this creek line on the north side, I think. Oh, those are floaters. That gassy fucker doesn't. What's a Gary fish?
It's inedible.
Yeah, that
was where that was.
it's gonna be a nighttime
The
habitat.
other thing that's interesting is, well, using a compass while you're like completely underwater. Like if you didn't have the pod there, because we actually did this in scuba certification. They took you underwater, and then as a skill check, you basically had us go in like this random, like not really figure eight, but just a random pattern for like no reason, and then just like went to each person said point where the shore is.
For your spatial orientation skills.
Well, yeah, and just like how to use a compass, basically. Underwater was the main thing. Just like the first skill in underwater navigation.
Yeah, mine.
Is this the forest I want to? I feel like I'm not seeing the red stuff. I feel like I want to find that.
Yeah, try to push past the creep line, I think. So go away from your life pod, I think. I don't know what direction the life pod is, but can't tell. Yeah, just keep going away from it. You'll get past the creep line, and I'm pretty sure it's over here somewhere. If anything, it's off to your right more. We'll find out once you pass the creep line.
Yeah, it was at like 700 meters or something from the forest.
Yeah, I just think you were farther. You were closer to the Aurora, I think, but maybe I'm wrong.
I know I circled back that way, but I feel like when I last went out, it was more at this angle, and I found it super quick.
Oh, what is the can you that coordinate that it gave you? Can you mouse over it so I can see what it says?
The what?
The coordinate that it gave you, the 500, whatever that thing is.
Oh, that's the thing being attacked. That's from the last radio message. I'll probably go there after.
Life pod 17. That's 17. Yeah. I think I know which one that is. So you want to, go away from it. So go to the right more. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be to the right. I'm pretty sure the area you want to go is, if you look at the Aurora from here, you want to go like towards the Aurora, but left as well. Yeah. So like on the left side of the moon right now, or where the fuck that is, like that's where I would aim. So like west, I don't know. Yeah, like this way. I'm pretty sure you'll find it this way.
see who's better oriented, because I feel like it's not this way. We'll see.
Feeling pretty good about this because we're at the edge of the creep line here, and
Some weird things over there.
yeah, so that's a different area.
Yeah, maybe I was looking at the other. This thing wraps around maybe, and I was looking at the other edge of it.
Yeah, so I think you're coming up on the area we want to be in. That area down there is the mushroom forest, but I think the spot we're coming up on, that's going to be on our left. Ooh, yeah, big ass salt pot. Yeah, this stuff here is what we want. This whole big field. So it's hard to see now, but as you get into it more, you're going to see that there's just like these red plants all over. It's the red grassy plateaus or something, I think is what it's called. So my recommendation here would be build something above a cave entrance, maybe in the like 80 to 90 meter range. I'm gonna just get pissed real quick, I'll be back in a minute. But yeah, if you want to start building a habitat, find a spot that looks good to you, and then yeah, you'll figure it out. Where's your first home gonna be?
New blueprint acquired.
I feel like that cave entrance is on like the other side of this red forest. Unless it's big enough that there's another one over here somewhere.
Yeah, there'll be multiple entrances to that cave system. It's a big ass cave system. If you swim like 30-40 meters above the ground and just kind of like look straight down and just swim around, you'll find you don't have to build it over the cave entrance. That's just like because you'll be down there a decent bit. That's just a recommendation. But anywhere in this general area is suitable.
30 seconds.
That thing that's burping? What are you? Hey.
Oh, that thing up there?
New creature discovered.
Oh, you found a Reginald. That's the thing I was talking about, the green and pink fish.
Oxygen.
Can't take loud things. I'm gonna scan it if it hits the die.
You want to save first? It's called a reef back. And it does not attack. It's like a friendly creature that swims the seas and it has shit growing on its back. Technically a Leviathan though. Not sure I knew that.
Definitely gives quite the audio run, doesn't it?
Get that wreck down here too. Yeah, that's another good reason to make a base here. I do.
I like this area.
Yeah, well, let's get a base going. Build it on the ground here somewhere.
What do I do? Oh, here we go. I make a foundation first, I assume.
Yeah, you want to make some sort of, well, I wouldn't even make a foundation, you don't need to. I would make, like a single pipe, that second option from the top. Just like the L compartment, I compartment, what the fuck that is. Yeah, I would just make that thing. Your most basic, thing. Yeah, just like right here. Build that shit, and stick a hatch on it.
find some quartz.
So there's quartz all over in the yeah. So the red grass here, if you like just hover above the red grass and look down, you'll find quartz like everywhere. I would just not even make more. Yeah, maybe make 2 for now, but you don't want to run out of titanium. Just basically like hover 10 feet above the grass and you'll find quartz in there. It's a great spot.
Detecting increased foreign bacteria levels in the water. Performing a self-scan is advised.
Go up.
Self-scan complete. Foreign bacteria counters reached statistically significant levels. No adverse effects detected.
Statistically significant bacteria levels getting the COVID.
That's what it seems like.
The story advances.
Oh, look at that
But
shadow.
yeah.
Look at how these shadows phase in. That's just odd.
That's very odd. I've never noticed that before.
Well, that's because that's how that's how I felt with that.
I think there was
Reaper,
quartz
right?
underneath you.
Do what?
I think there was quartz underneath you in the red grass. I feel like I saw some. It's hard to see from this angle, but if you're looking straight down at the red grass, it's easier to see. So if you just like hover above it, and it kind of you'll see glints of white.
Really a good way to like strafe while looking down.
Holding. I feel like I hold spacebar.
Spacebar, dude. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like holding spacebar. Yeah, allow me to like move nicely. Yeah, I don't see any down there. They're like tough to see, but they're definitely a shitload in this red grass. Maybe there's one. Maybe there's. I think there's some down there. Look at that discolored thing. Oh, it's a creature egg. Let's see. But yeah, just keep looking through the grass. You'll find some. These things are just like little pests, man. That's a bunch of bushes. Oh, there's a quartz there in the end. Yeah, but yeah, let's go get some air, then build that hatch probably, and then we can start working on the rest of the fucking habitat. I think it's you'll.
30 seconds.
You will need more, but one's at least there was something. There's a bioreactor down there. But go straight up and then come straight back down. There's something blueprint. You can also deploy your beacon by your base.
Underwater at the surface.
I usually do underwater. Might as well put it by the entrance. It'll just stay down. Drop it. It doesn't float. It's a so that gives you another option right now because you're going to have it finished if you want. So you have the option of either solar panels or a bioreactor. Personally, I'm a fan of solar panels when they're...
Yeah, I don't really want to feed fish into something regularly. Just solar panels easy.
Yeah, it's one of the few times when you'll be close enough to the surface with your habitats for it to be like a reasonable option.
Warning, emergency power only.
Now,
Oxygen production offline.
There's no air yet because you don't have a power source, so you need to get at least a solar panel on there, which is quartz and titanium. So if you find another quartz, put a solar panel on it, it'll have air. So yeah, there might be some quartz in the grapevine field, but your quickest bet I'll just be looking out on the red grass.
30 seconds.
You're surprised you're not finding more quartz. That's usually like super prevalent in the grassy fields. Let's see, 120. Got maybe like 20 more minutes in me before I pass out. Get your habitat online. Dive into that cave. Be a good place to 1 quartz, huh? Fuck. Just some titanium shell. It's actually worth picking up now.
Yeah.
Inventory full. You can go inside and build a locker at least. Yeah, drop your beacon here maybe. Find a quartz. That's an option too.
Beacon 2, where the hell's Beacon 1 at? The boat?
I think you created Beacon 1, you just never deployed it.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, you can always rename it by going to it. One quartz away from a functional base. Feels bad. We're gonna find it on this stuff. So your fucking dick-shaped base can fucking have some air in it. Is that a quartz right fucking? You're looking at the same thing I'm looking at. It's a quartz! Fuck yeah. Alright, you can put the solar panel right on top. Should be under exterior module or something.
Oh my god.
The second thing on the left, I'm honestly. Oh, it's 2 quartz. 2 quartz. I knew there was. Okay, that sounds right because we looked at something that was a quartz and a copper or a titanium, and that didn't feel right because I knew it required copper. Put the scanner before I fucking scream.
So my stream's muted for you right now?
No, I was saying put away the scanner before I scream. Sorry.
Oh, no, I heard that. I meant,
yeah, I have it muted though.
Sandshark just went like right over my head. It'd be interesting if you heard that too.
How's it not my quartz here? That looks like a quartz. Inventory. Drop a gold, probably. Yeah. Alright, you can go. You can build that power solar panel without having to get air. I think. Yeah, you can make it in good time.
30 seconds.
7 seconds to swim there. You got 20 seconds to build a solar panel and step inside. It should give you air immediately. I don't think you have to go up as long as you build that fucker fast.
I know.
It needs to be green in 8 seconds. You should be alright. And then go inside of it quickly. Hey, there's air. Thank God. Alright, you have a functional base now. So now you can build a locker in here. So that's what I would do next. Build a locker on the inside. I think it just takes like 2 titaniums or something. And you can start just dumping shit inside. If you have the mass for a fabricator, I would also make a fabricator. Ugh, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. And if you can make a radio, that's good, but not necessary, I guess. Yeah, you'll find that these lockers are like 1,000,000 times better than the waterproof lockers. Oh yeah, make a radio. Fuck you.
Land pre-recorded distress call.
This
Oh,
is
and you get a radio
Lifepod
signal
6.
right now.
I have a
Fucking
passenger on
jokes.
board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but
Those
there's
are even bigger
radiation in
lockers
between
with
us and the
required bolts.
rendezvous.
But now you can just like throw
Request
all your
immediate
excess shit
assistance.
in
6
the
out.
lockers, and then.
Signal coordinates.
And now this is
corrupted.
really good because anything you
Approximate
pick up over
transmission
here, you can
origin
just like
recorded to data bank.
doesn't matter if you don't want it, you just pick it up and shove it in the locker. So the reinforcements and the foundations are good because your base has like structural integrity, and if it gets into negative numbers, then you start taking on water and it like gets ruined. So you have to build reinforcements or foundations.
Where do you monitor that?
When you build something, it'll tell you what you're at. Because you're only 100 meters deep right now and your base is really small, you're nowhere close. You could probably build something like 5 times bigger than this before you run into issues. But it'll give you a number. It's usually like +5 or +7, and it'll just slowly decrement down towards 0. Yeah, you could dump a bunch of those first aid kits in there. I usually only carry on like 2 or something at a time. Shit, your character's kind of thirsty, huh?
Vital signs stabilizing.
So let's see. You did want to make a sea glide. Probably worth seeing what a sea glide requires. Because a sea glide plus a little cave exploration in the next 10 minutes could be a good stop point. Oh yeah. Also,
stuff
when
to
you
make a laser cutter now. Just need diamonds. Looks like.
Yep. Yeah, where are we gonna find diamond at? I ain't seen one of those yet, I assume.
I have not. I'm assuming deeper.
Yeah, the sea glide is definitely the next thing worth making. What does that require? Lubricant, copper wire, or some shit.
Yeah, my batteries are all back at the main base. Can always make one.
Yeah, titanium, 2 coppers,
Fish
lube,
like
which is
around
2 cluster seeds. That's
Mushrooms
easy.
and copper.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Bladderfish around here.
Yeah, it's always funny when you make a base and you're like, oh fuck, there's no fish here. Some Reginald's here though. It's kind of nice. It's always fun when you get a grab trap. I don't know if you have the grab trap recipe, but the grab trap just like traps shit that comes nearby. So you come out and there'll be like 20 fish stuck on it, and you just like pick them up real quick. If you get too many fish though, they'll have like enough strength to like start swimming the grab trap away, like slowly. It's really funny watching them like all swim in different directions, but slowly it'll like trend in one direction. It's like a random walk or something. Bunch of reefbacks here, Jesus. There's like 3 of them. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen like 3 on the screen at once. It's crazy. You could also just try going down into that cave, like naked. Salvage is good because you just want to. Titanium is like never bad. Like you'll just need a fuckload of titanium eventually. So like keeping it's always good. Turning it into ingots is good because eventually you need ingots. But also just having like a supply of normal titanium is also cool. Bugs me on the flashlight looks like a hairdryer.
Yeah. Good for these deep sea depths. Works pretty well though, but I don't think that's a sand shark.
It is, yeah. It doesn't. Sometimes they look different, but yeah, that is a sand shark. Certainly isn't a reaper.
Yeah, I know what those look like.
You've yet to see. Man, there's some spooky shit in this game. Reapers, though, are... For some reason, Reapers terrify me especially. Like when you encounter a Reaper, man, when you're not expecting it, and like you just turn around and it's like right there in your fucking face. It's like dark. You're just like chilling, mining shit. You turn around and that thing pops up, man. God, horrifying.
What is the point of these pipes and air pumps?
Never made one. Yeah. Presumably you can just like pump air somewhere from like a remote source, like the surface or something, but like I don't know.
From a brainfish or something.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe like a brain coral could like pump it. Yeah, that might work.
Alternative, sea glider.
Yeah, which I think was like copper.
Need a couple mushrooms.
Acid mushrooms. You need 2 seed clusters for lubricant. So if you go back towards the base, let's say you should just be using copper wire and lubricant, right? So
yeah,
just head towards the
creep
creep
vine.
vine.
Stash, I believe. Yeah, creep vine.
Yeah, you have a bunch. So if you just head back to your life pod by going. I mean, you're gonna have to go to the creep vine forest anyway, but picking up 2 seed clusters along the way, that'll get you it. So one thing I was going to say is, if this base needs more power later, if you build multiple solar panels, it will just keep adding plus 75 to the power indefinitely.
Nice.
So right now you cap at 75, but if you're like making a bunch of shit, or like, you know, you start building things that actually require power, then it'll just keep like 10 of them gets you up to 750. I think my base on hardcore had like 1,050 power off of just solar panels, like 15 panels stapled onto it.
Super cool if you weren't dead.
I know, right? I didn't log in. Blah, you have died. It's just I didn't even see what I died to. It's disappointing too, guys. Like I was like 6 or 7 hours in, but I was most of the way through because like I wasn't speedrunning it, but like I knew how to beat it, right? So I was like 80% depth, like max depth, and I was like an hour away from, like realistically, I probably could have beaten the game in an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, a little disappointing.
You couldn't like reload from your save, or that's just.
It's like hardcore Diablo. It just deletes.
Can't do it.
Yeah. R.I.P. It's like Bloody Tuesday, man. Except it was bloody fucking Saturday night. I was like, oh, Subnautica, that sounds fun. So there's 2 of the clusters. Oh, fucking bunch of copper. It's probably worth just taking whatever you can from your original base and just scooting it over.
Yeah. Just obsolete this life pod, pretty much.
Yeah, it ends up becoming, pretty obsolete. It's always nice, like, leaving a little bit of water or food or something.
Yeah, the original rations, maybe, but then I'll go.
Yeah, it's like an emergency.
Yeah, might need some touch base to get out for that life pod, but.
Bladderfish. Always happy to see them. Fucking bladderfish genocide, man. Dude, there was a bug. Actually, so there's a bug in Sub-Zero in the expansion where the bladderfish stopped respawning. So like you'd pick up bladderfish, there's like a finite supply of bladderfish, then you would just run out. It was some fucked up shit where like after a while, like I started noticing it, and I was like, this is really weird. There's like no bladderfish. It's really hard to get water. So looking on the forums, and people were bitching about how they don't respawn. I was like, yo, this is a problem.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet
now.
We have a landing site for you that's...
Probably not what I should have pressed, but...
Well, it's better than the alternatives.
Oh, you got the Aurora countdown.
It'll take us a couple of days to
Yeah,
align
that's
our orbit.
some good
Should
story
be able to
progression. That's like some
establish direct
serious story
contact with you
progression
during
happening in
that
40
time.
minutes.
Then we're coming in
Time.
to get you. Cross your fingers, the weather holds. Don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Probably gonna leave him waiting. It's just my feel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be up that late, so.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna save when you're done too.
You can hang out. You can meet Sunbeam if you'd like. I won't be here for it.
I will most likely not, but
I do recommend being where it tells you to be though in 40 minutes. You don't have to be there, but you'll miss out on story. It'll like narrate to you what's happening, but it's not as exciting for sure. But yeah, a huge story advancement in 40 minutes. That's.
Is it marked where I'm supposed to go in 40 minutes?
Yeah, it says like Sunbeam point or something in your HUD. It's somewhere. You should have a nav point for it.
On a beacon point, maybe when it gets closer.
Oh yeah. Maybe when it gets closer, or maybe it's just not in there. It might just be on your screen somewhere, but not actually in the beacon manager.
Oh, that's why. That's why it does that.
Just make those 2 clusters in the fucking lubricants. Save yourself like 6 spots. Drop that fucking sample. Or turn it into like fiber mesh or something. Should be the top option.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and
Good
power
old
plants.
lube. Oh, apparently I only need 1. How many coppers did you yank out of your bank?
They're mostly at the new base.
Oh, okay. Then you should be good then. 'Cause I think you got plenty. Yeah, rubber.
Probably clear out one of these at least.
Okay, we head back to that thing, stuff that shit in there, make a sea glide, then check out that cave for a hot second. Whet your appetite for the next sesh. Because once you see that cave, it'll be like, oh man.
Yeah, and I'll make one of those disc things probably at some point. Battery. Did I not grab the battery? Am I tripping? Oh my god.
No battery. You can always take a battery out of it. That's kind of lame.
Probably grab other stuff too.
Might be worth grabbing a few batteries, honestly. Maybe drink a water. See, just copper wires. See, that's just 2 coppers. You only need 1 copper from the other base. That's easy. Yeah, you're good to go. There's copper in here. Might as well take that copper. Darn, no wire. You could make the sea glide now, then you can get the back faster. Yeah, perfect. What if it takes up too many seconds? Guess we'll find out. At least if you drink the water, it won't be a problem. I think the sea glide takes up 4 or 6 slots.
Oh, there it is. Now it's got a beacon.
Oh yeah. 1.2 kilometers. You can make the sea glide here. I'd recommend doing that, as opposed to making it the other base, because it will allow you to get there faster.
But do I have to fabricate it?
Yeah, you fabricate it. It doesn't require the mobile vehicle bay. The fabricator will suffice. Should be under deployables. Yeah.
The sea glide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety,
For what it's worth, I usually bind it to 4, but it doesn't matter. Maybe replace your flashlight with it. It'll make your flashlight sort of obsolete. just because it has a flashlight on it. You can cycle through with right click on it to go to the things because it pulls up like a
one-time use, or
you can keep putting batteries in them. So if you pull out one of your items, like your habitat builder, and you hit R, or even this thing, the sea light, you hit R right now, it'll pull up the battery menu. And then like A and D allows you to cycle through batteries. You can like take them out and pop new ones in. So you like right click, it cycles through map. It shows like the local map like nearby, which is like kind of confusing, but it can be helpful once you learn how to use it in cave systems and stuff. And there's a flashlight option. It's hard to tell during the day. Having the flashlight in the map needs more power. I usually don't use the map, and I usually use the flashlight at night. This is like the main source of light usually, unless you're in a vehicle. That's like the main source of light. But Sea Glide's fucking nice, man. Like doubles your speed or something probably. Just zooming around with this thing. Good old salt. Yeah, it's nice having a like infinite inventory space now. Oh, you're full on inventory. Jokes.
Picked up a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
A lot of good stuff around here.
dump it all in your habitat now. Your nice like 20 slot lockers as opposed to the floating pieces of shit.
Looks like real good continuity here on this solar panel.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Mouse over, it'll tell you how much charge it's got and stuff. It like tracks the sun. It's pretty dope. You'll honestly probably never use the locker again. You can just like float it out here, but it's pretty much like not ideal.
Yeah. This floater's weird. I feel like I have one somewhere. I don't know why I want it.
Yeah, I bet you could stick it on something, make it float. That'd be interesting. I've never done that, but it would work. I would think. Crafted, maybe.
Yeah.
Doesn't let you put too many characters in. You should end up with like titanium, and like I like 5 titanium lockers, and I'll have like silver, gold, that type of shit, or like rare minerals.
Why is this thing at a different like height from the wall? It's odd.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
Alright. Seems like a good spot to call it for today.
I still think you should take like you could dive and quit mid-dive, save game and go on that dive into the cave. Just like a 1-minute dive. I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Other words, what's that?
Yeah, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Just do an exit game on the as you go down. We'll find the entrance. We'll get some air, and then we'll. Oh shit! What is this? Going into a wreck, huh? Oh, it wasn't a real wreck. Damn. All right, we're just like float like 50 meters up from the ground. You'll find one of the cave entrances. It's just like down here somewhere. It's like all over the red field. All right, let's look down. Let me see. Do you see a cave entrance anywhere? Not here. You'll find one though. They're all over this field. Just a hole in the ground usually, or always. Maybe, yeah, maybe over here. No, looks like that's too far. Special equipment. Yeah, you want to go back to where you just were in the field area. This is like gonna enter a different biome down there. Can't promise what you will won't see. I can tell though from this little ray thing that that's probably the mushroom forest, which is an interesting little area. All right, we'll find this real quick. Laser cutter wreck eventually. It had like doors on it. Usually around the edges is better than like the center. Near the creep vine. We know that near the creep vine there was one as well, which I think is more to your left. Like I guess towards the original life pod. Yeah, so somewhere over this side. So look straight down. Is there one straight underneath us? Should be like somewhere over here though we will find an entrance. We will fucking go down into that cave, god damn it. Yeah, nothing here. You'll know when you see it because it's like pretty big. These are covered up. What's to your right? Maybe there was one right. Maybe there was an entrance over there. You go up and like behind you. Yeah, over this little ridge. What's over this ridge? No, not one. Look, it might have been an entrance from another angle, but nope, nothing here either. Yo, this is actually. I figured we would have found it by now. Another minute. It's such an exciting cave, man. I just want you to like whet your appetite with it. Oftentimes, too, those like pink drooping stingers are draped over the entrances to it. Agitating the shark with your fucking flashlight? No. The structural pieces are all on the outside. You can go outside and get some air, though. Like I'm surprised right now. We found the first cave entrance so easily. There's like 10 different cave entrances to you. If you use the like spacebar tactic of like kind of hovering and looking down the whole time, it'll probably be pretty obvious. We're past it now though. We gotta be in the red field. Yeah, and this, so, because the grapevine ends right here, so, like, somewhere down here. Let's see. There should be an entrance. Not seeing one over here. They're usually, like, pretty apparent. Yeah, that's just like a little cave in the grapevine forest. I don't think this is gonna get you there. You can use your sea glide light as well through these. So let's see. Go back towards your habitat, and yeah, if anything, go a bit left of your habitat. Let's see if we can explore this side of it because we haven't been down this part yet. Maybe this is a dark patch underneath. Is there a cave entrance down there? Any like this whole like where we're at right now is like it's gonna be down here somewhere. This is like all like candidate area. Just a hole in the ground. Yeah, this is like what you're doing right now is like perfect for seeing it. Yeah, let's see it here. Just keep moving. Okay, so as we see those manta rays, see this is the mushroom forest coming up. It looks like so. We know we've gone too far at this point. It's sort of the edge of the red biome, but that's a cool area too. This fucking cave. Committed to this cave, goddammit. The cave is good for progression and story. I'm not seeing it here. What is that thing? Was that a scan? Something interesting right there to scan. Yeah, scanner room. That's the thing that helps you find shit. This is a money find. Oh, you actually unlocked it too. Oh, fuck. And when you put one of those things on your base, you get a lot more powerful. That is a good thing to make. Well, maybe we'll just not find the cave tonight.
Something over there.
Oh shit, yeah, that could be it. Fuck, you need air though. The scanner room is legit. To make the scanner room work, you need some materials you don't have. The cave has those materials, so part of why the cave is nasty. God, yeah, we can see so much if we just like, yeah, just do like a 360 from right here. I feel like, God, it's gotta be understood. Dude, how have we not found the cave entrance? This is. What is that? Yeah, you might be. No, that's not.
A lot of wreckage around here. Not seeing.
Yeah, not finding any cave entrances. I don't know how we're missing them. Because there are several. And I feel like we've been around basically the whole thing. I feel like somehow we've just kind of missed
There's
them.
one that's I feel like more southish. I don't know. I thought that would. Because I remember I swam by one and it's like, hey, there's a thing.
Yep, exactly. We found one like early before we made the habitat. All these wrecks though you'll be able to find later because you'll build a scanner room in the vicinity at your first habitat probably, and it will pick these up with the scanning room. And you can just come straight here, so it's not a big deal. Hell, you might even have the mats to make one right now. Let's see what the scanning room requires. It's like 6 titanium.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And maybe some other shit. Table coral or a gold, maybe? You basically just
talks
staple.
to me. That's cute.
Yeah. So you have the titanium for it, but just do for this stuff. You might. It's like table coral, gold, maybe like a copper or a quartz or two. It's not too bad making the scanning room itself. The challenge of the scanning room is that to get full value out of it, you need. So it should be down. I think most of the habitat.
Just let me
stuff.
scan a bunch more.
Yeah. Oh, you only have 1 out of 3. Rip, my bad. I got you all hyped up. But the scanning room has a pretty steep power requirement, so you'll need to build more power cells. And then to actually make it appear on your mini map, you need to get a HUD chip, which it's kind of like fins where it goes in your inventory when you hit tab on the right side, but it's a different slot. It's like a HUD chip slot. Anyway, I should probably pass out.
Sounds good. I can call it here. In the next session, I'll probably do the story stuff, the beacons and whatnot too.
Oh yeah, you got Sunbeam in 20 minutes, huh? Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, between the Sunbeam bit and finding this cave entrance, diving in there, trying to get the materials you need from there to get your scanner room rolling, that's like a solid next step of like 2 hours of play probably. And then from there you're at like a decent point where like the early game's kind of wrapping up and you're kind of in like beginning of the mid game where you're starting to like, you got your first habitat growing, you're adding more power to it, you're hoarding some materials, and you start trying to like explore other biomes. Like we were on the edge of that, like where those blue ray things were. That was the mushroom forest. That place is pretty cool. There's some like wrecks in there and shit, some other materials you haven't seen yet. Basically the way the game works, right, is there's just a bunch of like different biomes that you can explore.
Do I just destroy it or do I get the mats back?
You get the mats back, yeah, if you deconstruct something. It's probably worth keeping the radio here though, if that's what you're thinking of deconstructing.
I was just gonna space it out so I can get another locker in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as far as I know, it always gives you all the mats back. I've never seen it not. I really wish the lockers went in at the same height every time. The fact that they don't is like whack.
Yeah.
If you're like anal about it like I am, but you gonna be around tomorrow night?
Should be, yeah.
Word. Yeah, I don't think Michelle should work till midnight, so I'm kind of down to do whatevs. I think I'll come back and try to do some more yoga in the apartment. I'll try to write from 5 to 6, do yoga from 6 to 7, and then my time will be around basically when you're off, so it should work out pretty well. Alright, dude. I'm out of here.
Cool, sounds good. Peace.
Yeah. Good day tomorrow.